Hey, Strasser here. In this video, this is how to not be so perfectionist. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video as an example of how to get it done. How to just put something out there without over preparing, without taking forever, without having to think it through and list it out and take a day and take a week and take a month and take the rest of my natural life. In other words, man, I'm just going to get this one done, get it in the books. All right, so here we are. So first thing is I'm Strasser. Strasser is my alter ego. I'm John Strasser. Strasser is my alter ego, and an alter ego is a second identity that you can consciously create and step into in order to evoke the best aspects of yourself in order to, let's say, show up as your best self or perform in the best way. So this will make sense in just a minute. And by the way, I'm just saying all these things off the cuff because, again, this is an example of how to be an imperfectionist or not let perfection keep you stuck. So I just got to make this video. So Strasser is my alter ego. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead, got to actually hit record on this other video that I have going that's going to show you a little bit of my screen, but I'm looking over. Strasser is this. This is what I do. So when I step into Strasser, I read the following declaration. Strasser is in charge of his mind. He no longer over-prepares or allows for distractions. He identifies what he's avoiding and he gets it done immediately. He sticks to the plan, and once he decides to do something, he does it until it's done. He keeps his word. There's no other option. Strasser is 100% honest and unapologetic. He is high energy, unstoppable, and unfuckwithable. Yeah. His mission is to prove that the ICC, the Inside Coaching Community, offers the highest level of life coaching and most authentic business strategies, and he wins. Now, here's the thing. I've got new missions. That's a mission. That's one of my missions. I feel like I got 3 or 4 different missions going at once. The other thing I want to show you is this totem, right? Let me hold it up to this other camera. I had this created on Etsy. This is a bracelet. It says Strasser is in charge of his mind. So when it's time to become Strasser, which I've just become Strasser. Strasser's unapologetic. Strasser is unstoppable. And he's unfuckwithable. Then I can put this on, and then you know what that does? It reminds me to be Strasser. So in today's video, what I'm really gonna do is I'm gonna practice saying a motivational talk that I'm scheduled to give today at the end of football practice. So what's football practice? Really cool. I'm a professional life coach. I'm an online business coach. I'm all things having to do with motivation, inspiration. I've been able to build a tremendous business that sustains, supports oftentimes more than sustains and supports my entire family. And I'm 10 years plus in this online business consulting, coaching, online education space. I've failed way more than I've ever succeeded. And these days I tend to be succeeding more. I'm succeeding enough to where I'm making it, which is huge in this business. And then a few weeks ago, I was able to take some action on a dream that I had for a long time. For a long time, I've envisioned bringing myself into sports, bringing mindset coaching into sports. Long story short, reached out to the local private boarding school, high school that my daughter has just started attending, asked the head football coach if I could be a part of the football team, and he said yes. So I went from just turned 50 years old. Damn, player, you fit it? You fit it? Yeah, I'm fit it. I'm proud to be 50, by the way, because I lived this long. My dad died at 48, my mom at 52. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm literally in better shape than I was in high school. I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel better than I've ever felt. Continuously getting better with age rather than the same old narrative that so many people that we grew up with, especially if you're middle-aged or beyond, are talking about, and that is we're old, we got old, we're getting old, oh man, all this kind of stuff. I don't think so. Personal development is everything. You got to be in personal development. Personal development has led me to continue to expand and grow myself and my life as a result. So, 50 years old, brand new high school football coach, never coached high school before. Our football team, by the way, currently ranked number 32 in the nation. Stud players, just, oh man, what a gift. Brand new, never coached before, but I am a coach. I'm a mindset coach. And you know what? The lower level idea is that being new, right? Being a new football coach, not knowing how to be a football coach, that's not a good thing. Actually, that's the best thing I have going for me because I have a different perspective than coaches who have been coaching for a long time. They see things a certain way because I'm empty, because I literally know nothing. Now I'm starting to learn some things. It's been a few weeks, so starting to learn some things. Being new, however, having that empty mind and that different perspective, it allows me to see things that other people can't see. And there's no bad habits that have to be changed. I'm able to learn the right way from the start. Right? So, coach, he has allowed me to not only be an assistant coach on the football team, but also to meet with the guys at the end of practice once a week and share some mindset stuff, inspire them. So I'm prepared for that today. So that's what I want to get into. And here's what's happened. Yesterday, that was my day. Yesterday was Monday. It was supposed to be at the end of practice on Monday. We're going to have Mindset Monday. Coach Strasser's going to stand up in front of the 60-something players and the different coaches and trainers and sometimes parents. And he's going to do I'm going to do my little mindset, my little motivational thing. Now, thank goodness, yesterday we ran late, wasn't able to do it because I wasn't prepared. What I had prepared, it was too long. It was just too wordy. And man, I was in my head about it. Now, the idea though is that you don't want to make things perfect and spend forever getting ready. Most of the time we have within us what it is that we want to share. Less is usually more. And I had put together something again that was just so long that I think it wouldn't have gone that well. So, spent a little time this morning. It's early. I'm in my office, right? It's kind of like a cave in here. I've had over here, used to be a window. Sealed that off. There's another room over here. You'll see that at some point. Window overlooking the mountains a little bit of a view. Sealed it off. I'm locked in. I'm in a cave. I'm getting the work done. I'm doing the work. So, been improving my talk. I want to share my little motivation talk with you. That's what this video is today. We'll see. And this video is how to get it done. How to be imperfectionist. Right now, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Hope that's inspiring for you in the sense that I know what I'm talking about and it's not prepared. It's not planned. I don't have a prompter over here. I could have a prompter on this side. I've done that before. I can have that thing right in front of me and boy, can I look and sound perfect. All right, let's do it. So I'm gonna do my talk for you. So you're the football team. Practice is later today. By the way, I decided this morning, I went to the gym as I do pretty much every morning very early. I said, you know what? This is my chance. I got one chance every week to speak to the team. I'm gonna take whatever time I need to take today to get this right to where when I say this, it flows and it just lands and it just blows people away. And it's not a lot. So here it is. Listen to this. You're the football team right now, right? Fortunate for you, have you played sports? Has it been a while? Is this your chance to pretend you're sitting among the other players? You're at this amazing school and you're about to hear Coach Strasser share? Yes, it is. So I want to talk about boxing legend Mike Tyson and share a few quotes of his. He's a great example of triumph over adversity. Tyson became heavyweight champion of the world in 1986. He was 20 years old at the time. He was the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history. That record still holds today. Tyson grew up in New York City. When he was 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, he was fighting 2 or 3 times a day. When he talks about his childhood, he says this: fighting came natural. That's what I was made to do. That's what I was made to do. So I ask, what were you made to do? What were you made to do? Were you made to win? Were you made to become great? Were you made to make manifest the glory of God that is within you? In 1978, when Mike Tyson was 12 years old, he was in a juvenile detention center and they showed the movie The Greatest. The Greatest is the story of Muhammad Ali's life starring Muhammad Ali. After the movie ended, Muhammad Ali himself walked in. Tyson said this, he said, "I don't know what happened, but the spirit hit me and I knew I wanted to be like Ali." After that, he was introduced to Cus D'Amato. Cus D'Amato became his trainer. Cus had trained Floyd Patterson in the 1950s, who became heavyweight champion of the world. He then trained Jose Torres in the 1960s, who became light heavyweight champion of the world. When Tyson is asked how Cus trained him and helped him to become the person that he became, he says this: "Cus peeled back all the layers of my weaknesses and insecurities and helped me to develop character." Peeling back all the layers of weaknesses and insecurities and helping to develop character. That's how we train you. That's how football trains you. Football shows you who you really are. That's how loss trains you. Loss shows you who you really are. That's how life trains you. Life shows you who you really are. Mike Tyson went on to become the #1 fighter in the world and heavyweight champion. No fighter in the history of boxing dominated like he dominated. When he won his first 19 professional fights, all by knockout, with 12 of those coming in the first round. Imagine that. Now, Tyson eventually lost. And when he's asked about losing, he says this: "In order to be good, you have to lose and understand loss, because loss is life. You have to lose and understand loss." How do you understand loss? How do you understand loss? What does loss mean to you? What does loss mean to us as a team moving forward? By the way, we lost our first game last Friday night to the #4 ranked team in the country. We almost won. Oh man. I'll tell you what it means. I'll tell you what loss means. Loss means learning. Loss means improving. Loss means playing harder. Loss means getting it right. Loss means a new level of commitment. Loss means humility. Cus D'Amato was in his 70s when he started training Tyson. He died when Tyson was 19, a year before he became heavyweight champion of the world. When Tyson talks about the most important things that Cus taught him, he says this: "He instilled humility in me. When I was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, I came into the gym and Cus said, 'Take this broom and mop and go clean the bathroom.'" There's so much power in humility, says Tyson. I had to learn that. I had to lose to learn that. And he lost. Tyson went on to lose his title to Buster Douglas, one of the biggest upsets in sports history. He tried to make a comeback, but he was convicted of rape. He spent 3 years in prison. In 1997, he tried to make a comeback again. He fought Evander Real Deal Holyfield. And during the fight, he bit Evander's ear off. He was disqualified. He was suspended from boxing for a year. Ultimately, he ruined his career and he became a public disgrace. But he's made a comeback in life over life. And these days, he says this. He says, "I've been to prison. I've said terrible things on television. I've made all kinds of mistakes, but I'm still here because I know what humility is." Do you know what humility is? Do you know what humility is? Humility is a clear recognition of who and what you really are, followed by a sincere attempt to become who you can be. Who are you really? Who are you really? And who can you become? Who are you? Who are you gonna be? It's your choice. Guys, and I'm making this up now because I got no ending. I'm like, wait, that ending ain't the ending. And this thing is 6 minutes long. It needs to be much shorter, but this will be a great example for this video. Guys, who are you? Who are you gonna be? It's your choice. Step up, get committed. Let's do this. This is your chance. This is your chance in life. You will never regret playing harder and giving your all, man. Let's do this. Yeah, all right. Hey, good stuff. That talk, though, needs to be reduced a lot more. I think so. You can always cut away. So, hey, Strasser stepping in and just making something that people might want to watch. We'll see. These videos will be getting better. They'll be getting more perfect as I become better at being imperfect.